the pleasure of reading to you on the nomination of the Executive Board appoints Dr. Margaret Chan as Director General of the World Health Organization.
Hong Kong's former Director of Health, Margaret Chan, will become the next WHO Director General on January 4th, assuming the most important position in world health, as well as the first Chinese person to assume the duty of Director General.
This is a moment of great personal honor for me, but also one of deep responsibility. I do not take this responsibility lightly. I have always been proud to work in health, and especially proud to work for WHO. Now I will take pride in a position of leadership that has a direct impact on the health of humanity.
Born in Hong Kong, Margaret Chan has been involved in a number of important public health initiatives, such as active in the recent outbreak of bird flu, as well as the SARS epidemic, which occurred 3 years ago, proving her ability to manage major epidemics. For this appointment, she was able to defeat 4 other candidates put forward by the Beijing government. She's appointment to this top position may not benefit Taiwan's concerted efforts to gain membership into WHO. Chan said in a press conference that this sensitive issue would be decided based upon the One China policy.
Insofar as the policy matter is concerned, meaning the One China policy, it is the prerogative of the member states of WHO. As Director General, I would implement policies decided by the member states.
Speaking on the current One China policy and Taiwan's potential participation as an observer country, she said that she only represents member nations. As Director General, could only decide policies which affect such nations. In the past, Taiwan has repeatedly applied for observer status in the WHO, with each attempt being vetoed by the WHO. Last year was a 10th attempt to gain observer status, as Taiwan appealed for membership and the need for significant participation in this world body. U.S., Japan, and EU gave its support, though the bid ultimately failed. In 2005, China and the WHO Director General signed a memo of understanding, agreeing that Taiwan health officials could have significant participation in technical meetings, though Taiwan could not participate as a member nation, though it could help in preventing the global outbreak of disease.
Welcome to this week's edition of Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Chi-Chen Lo. Since 1997, Taiwan has been trying to join the World Health Organization, WHO. 10 years have already passed. However, even until now, Taiwan is excluded from the World Health Organization. So looking back, how far has already Taiwan accomplished? And looking ahead, what are the obstacles that Taiwan have to overcome in order to join the WHO? To join us today is Dr. Shu-Ming, who is the president of the Foundation for Medical Professionals Alliance Association in Taiwan. Dr. Wu has been Ambassador-at-Large in Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Dr. Wu, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
For some countries, and even for some people in Taiwan, Taiwan has been doing fine, doing okay without being a member of the WHO. How do you respond to this kind of reservations?
Well, I think I use 2 examples to show that why we want to be a World Health Organization member. Number one is in 1998, we have an enterovirus. And when we asking for the information, we didn't get it because we are not the member. Mm-hmm. And then the whole society was panicked because of what we don't know what we are dealing with. Mm-hmm. And again, in 2003, we had SARS. And again, we asking for the information from WHO. And again, we were denied. Mm-hmm. And the whole society was panicked. And I think that's really is a reason that WHO, Taiwan should be part of World Health Organization, mm-hmm. so that when we need the information, we can get it, so that we can deal with the problem, because our public health achievements are quite remarkable. Mm-hmm. But when we are dealing with a new disease, we need the information mm-hmm. right away, so that the people can handle the situation a little bit better.
Is there any cooperation at all between Taiwan and the World Health Organization?
No.
Not at all?
No.
But there have been some arguments about Taiwan's participation in some way in the WHO mechanism. Is there such a cooperation?
Well, actually, or indirectly. Of course, that through this two epidemic I mentioned about, actually, U.S. CDC sent their experts came over to help us out. But when we are dealing with a new disease, you know, this is indirect, you know, communication or help. It's not prompt enough.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of the importance of the WHO for Taiwan, I think everybody knows the importance of it. How about Taiwan's importance for the World Health Organization and also for the world community?
Well, actually, now avian flu it's threatening international communities, and I think that Taiwan is excluded, you know, from this defense network. Mm-hmm. And this is just like there's a hole in the net. Mm-hmm. So this is very important that they include Taiwan to be in a defense network instead of exclude Taiwan outside of the WHO.
But if Taiwan is very important for the world health community, why don't other countries, you know, pay enough attention to Taiwan's absence from the WHO?
They all realize the problems, but because of you know, China has been very persistent against Taiwan's participation. Mm-hmm. For you know, national interest, they are not openly, you know, support Taiwan. Mm-hmm. And that really is the main reason we're not able to be part of World Health Organization. Let
me ask you very frankly, is Taiwan's participation in the WHO a political issue or a health issue?
From the beginning in 1997, we believe this is, you know, health issues, health security issue and health right issues, because of WHO Constitution stated that all the individuals should receive the health care equally. Mm-hmm. So we believe this is a health issue, but I think that during that World Health Organization debate, China politicized the issues. So this is why we are so facing this problem so difficult to be able to participate.
So you think that it is not Taiwan trying to politicize the issue, it's the Beijing leadership who are trying to politicize Taiwan's entry to the WHO?
Exactly.
How about Taiwan's recent efforts in trying to be an observer of the WHO? Is that some sort of compromising approach?
Well, obviously, this is a compromising, you know, approach because of since 1997, we are proposing to the government use the member and using the name of Taiwan to participate in World Health Organizations. But I think that the government is trying to avoid that sovereignty confrontations between Taiwan and China. That's the reason the government approached it. Using the observership. But really, for these last 10 years, I don't think it worked.
What's the major difference between being a member of the WHO and being an observer of the WHO, you know, World Health Assembly?
Okay. Well, member, I think that require the statehood. Okay, so that UN member automatically will be a WHO member. Okay. So Taiwan was expelled from the United Nations in 1972 or 71. And we lost the seats in WHO. So that if we are not the member, I think that another way to approach it is observer. And two ways to be part of, to become the observer. One is by invitation from Secretary General of WHO. Another one is go through the vote. More than half the countries support Taiwan, and then we'll be the observer.
But now, as we know that a Chinese citizen, you know, from Hong Kong becomes the Director General of the WHO, will that help or hinder Taiwan's efforts to become part of this WHO?
Most of the Western observer are willing to give her the chance to prove that you know, she can handle the situations. But my point of view, I think that sort of very pessimistic.
Why is that?
Because of that, Madam Chen's power is come from China because of they supported her to put her into these positions. But in another way, it's because of she is also a physician. I hope that she will stick to her professional ethic and also stick to his professionalisms. Will be able to fairly treat Taiwan's issues.
As we know that there was some sort of memo of understanding between, Director General of the WHO and the Chinese authorities 2 years ago. What was inside the MOU between the two, authorities?
Nobody exactly know what is the content of it, but at least that through some of the people that read the content. And then came out. It did show that WHO were, let's say we apply to the WHO, and the WHO will have 2 weeks time to evaluate the situations. And then WHO will consult China, and then give them another 2 weeks to evaluate the situation. And then give WHO yes or no.
Are you saying that the MOU indicate that Taiwan's participation in the WHO needs to be approved by the Chinese authorities in Beijing?
Yes.
So that's some sort of compromising position taken by the WHO?
Obviously.
But how can we overcome these kind of understandings between the WHO and Beijing authorities?
That's really the reason we've been going out to country seeking their support. Okay. So I think that if all the country are supporting Taiwan and over half of it, and obviously that solves the problems. Beside that, I think that it will be very, very difficult for Taiwan's active participation directly.
Is that particular MOU legally binding, for any director generals in the future, or for the WHO in general?
I think that's politics. So I think that this is really purely a political, issue, and then politically handle the situations. That's really the reason it's very difficult for Taiwan to deal with it.
Has our government challenged the binding power of the MOU?
Because we are not even observer or not even a member, we have nothing to say.
How about our allies in the WHO?
Well, I think this has been argued for a long time. In the last 10 years, there's always arguing WHA. About Taiwan's situations, but this all kind of politically, solve the problems. Of course, we have been denying for the last 10 years.
But as we know that China is also very counting on the WHO for their own, health problems as well. So, do you think that the WHO needs China more than China needs WHO?
I don't know. This is sort of very complicated situations. In a way, our observation is China has a huge population, and yet they're covering up a lot of disease. Of course, they cover up SARS. And that's another issue, I think, that Madame Chen was criticized that when she was in Hong Kong, she covered up, these SARS issues, SARS epidemic, actually. And so, actually, this is the sort of problems that we're always worried. As a dictator regimes, human life is not being respected. So this is the sort of situation we are facing. And if they're really concerned about the human rights issue or human security issue, Taiwan should be a part of World Health Organization a long time ago.
Yeah, but in recent weeks there have been rumors or reports about China's covering up some of the SARS cases or avian flu cases. Do you think that's a possibility that there could be some sort of cover up on the part of Beijing?
Yes, obviously. Actually, now that the rabies it's have an outbreak in China, and we don't see any report in World Health Organizations. So that's really the thing that we worry about. That's the reason we want to be part of World Health Organizations, because of we cannot deal with one of the country always exporting the disease, and yet they are not transparent about their health situations. And we're the one, I think, suffering all the time. So this is a situation that we have to solve. And that's the reason we keep pushing for international community to support Taiwan's bid to join WHO.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Taiwan not only depend on ourselves to join the WHO, we also need international support. So when we come back, we will talk about the international support and how much we have been receiving the support from the international community, and what can we do to improve more support from the international community. When we come back, we will talk about that.
Okay.
Let's take a short break and stay with us.